Hey there, this is Rick. I hope everyone's having a great day. This is a little catch-up video. I'm overdue. I normally put a video out on a Friday. It's Sunday today, but I've been a bit busy, just haven't been able to kind of get round to it. I'm basically just going to go over a few allotment type bits. I know I'm not actually at the allotment at the moment, but doing a bit of prep work and it's all kind of starting to fall into place. First things first, this week we had, or a couple of days ago, we had a solar eclipse. And I know a lot of people kept sending me messages and emails saying, Rick, make sure you're up to watch the solar eclipse. So thank you for all those prompts through Facebook and things. I did see the solar eclipse, well, through the clouds, and I can report it was quite an unspectacular event. Basically, it was bright, and then it went a little bit darker, like a cloud had passed over, and then it went bright again. So it was a bit of a non-event, unfortunately. But I know other parts of the country, they did see a glimpse of it, and there's been all sorts of nice photographs and things circulating the internet. I'm sure you've probably seen them. Anyway, that doesn't have a lot to do with allotmenting, and neither does this. You may remember last week, I think it was last week, it might have been about a week and a half ago, I showed you some mushrooms that I didn't show you mushrooms, I showed you a little pot of mud that sort of, I was under the impression would grow some mushrooms. Well, I have to say, take a look at this. This is that very same pot. There's the pot, there's what it says on the tin, and there's what it is on the top. And that is fantastic. I'm actually looking forward to frying some of those up with a bit of butter and having those for sort of brunch a bit later on today. Once again, that's Mary Hill mushrooms. These guys, they do what it says on the tin. I'm pretty impressed. So looking forward to those. Now, a lot of people did say you're not supposed to put mushrooms in the light, because I've basically got these like right next to the window. But on the instructions it says don't worry about, put them in the light but not in direct sunlight. And this is a north-facing window, so we don't actually get any sun physically coming through it. So it's just kind of light, not that bright to be honest. And obviously it was really ideal for them because they've really grown beautifully. So, Rick, I hear you ask, why are you not outside on this beautiful sunny day up at the allotment? Why are you not there doing allotment-y things? Couple of reasons. Firstly, actually it's really, really cold outside. It's still March, we do get nice sunny days, but the temperature is currently 6 degrees. Which is a little chilly. I know that's, it doesn't stop a lot of people that are really keen on their allotments, but I'm a fair weather gardener. But also, there isn't a huge amount I can be getting on with right now. Now, I've still got all those seeds to plant, but at the moment, the soil that I've got at the allotment, both the beds in the ground and I think I've got a couple of bags of that soil left over from the days when I had those paddling pools, which was a reasonable quality soil, but it's a little bit depleted. And the compost that I've got in the composting area, that's not ready yet. So I've actually got nothing to plant the actual seeds in. So the start of last week, Monday last week, I ordered a half pallet of John Innes #1. And that should have got here by now, but it hasn't, unfortunately. So it's kind of delayed me a little bit. I decided I want to get my seedlings off to a really good start this year, so I'm going to get some proper seedling compost. And I was hoping that stuff would have arrived by last week, and this sort of allotment video would be me planting everything. But that may have to occur in a few days' time. Now, you may also be wondering what this is all sat next to me here. This is a bunch of little newspaper pots, and I decided this year that I want to plant my seedlings in such a way that I haven't got to handle them once they've grown, because seedlings are very, very delicate, and when you're trying to push them out of those little modules, or if you're trying to dig them out of say like a tray that you've started them off in, there's always the danger of damaging the roots. I mean, if you've ever pulled a seedling out of you know, a bunch of other seedlings, you can almost feel the roots kind of tearing and popping as you pull them apart. And I think that in some plants that can lead to sort of stunted plants and just not very happy plants, and in some cases it can kill the plants off. So I've sort of always liked this idea. I've never actually engaged with it. I've kind of learned about these little pots a few years ago, and I always said I'll get myself a little pot maker. And I actually did it this year, and it's a very simple device. It's just like looks like the end of a rolling pin with a little recess in it, and a little pushy thing with a little knobbly bit in the middle. And I'll make a pot now and I'll show you how they work. You just basically wrap the newspaper around, loosely around the little rolling pin bit, because if you do it too tightly you can't pull the pot off when it's done. You leave about an inch inside, and then you just fold it over like that, just kind of scrunch it down, and then you push it onto this, like so. There we go. It puts a little crease inside on the underside of the pot, which makes it retain the shape, like that, and then you've got yourself a little pot. And I worked it out, it was 140 pots. Actually it was 138, but around 130 pots for one single newspaper. So that's pretty efficient, and all it cost me was obviously the cost of the pot maker, which I can use for the rest of time. So if you spread that across, I don't know, another 30 years of gardening, if I'm being ambitious, say that another 20 years of gardening, it was about, I don't know, just over 10 quid for the pot maker. You do the maths on that, but it's not very expensive. So yeah, quite happy about my little pot maker. This is the first time I've used it today, and I thought I'd get all these pots made so that when the seedling compost arrives, hopefully tomorrow or the day after, I shall go into my little conservatory and start planting those little seeds, and I'll probably film that as I do it and have a little natter while I do it. I mean, I could take these all down to the allotment, but actually, because I'm running a little bit late this year, I think it might actually be a good idea just to put them all on the windowsill in the conservatory behind me, because it does get nice and warm in there, and hopefully that'll give a really nice, clear, strong signal to all the little seedlings that it's time to wake up. And so if I leave them in the conservatory for about a week or so, and then I can transfer them down to the allotment where I can put them in the plastic greenhouse thing that I made, and then we can take things from there. But yeah, I'll give them a start off in the conservatory, and hopefully that they might germinate just that little bit faster, because I've got a little bit of catching up to do. So that's the allotment situation at the moment. Now I could go down to the allotment and dig over all the beds and cover them in cardboard. I've got all that cardboard cut out now as well, so that's good. But I could go down there, dig over the beds and cover them in the cardboard, ready for planting. But obviously I need the little seedlings to come on before I start cutting holes in that card and planting through. I don't think I've got enough cardboard to do all 30 beds or 32 beds, so I will probably use some of that black plastic as well. But I thought I could go down and do the whole lot over the course of a week. It'll be kind of really hard, back-breaking work, but then when it's done, it's done. But then I thought, well, actually, I don't actually need to do that, and my whole philosophy revolves around making things as simple as possible. So the idea of like digging over all the beds across the entire allotment, I mean, it's totally doable, and it's perfectly acceptable, but for me, I think I'm just going to do it in bite-sized chunks. So as I come to plant in each bed, then I'll dig it over, prepare it, tidy around it, and then work on it. And that way, like each bed, I'm just treating each bed as like a single unit. And that way I can go to the allotment, deal with 1, 2, maybe even 3 units a day. I'm not breaking a sweat. I'm not, it's not becoming some arduous crusade. It's just pottering around, which is what I like. and obviously I still get everything planted, and I think that's the approach I'm going to take this year. Just kind of little and often. I'm not going to be, you know, going on epic digging adventures, and I think I'm going to be happy working that way. And also, when you do little and often, you know, it doesn't get dull, it doesn't get boring, and it doesn't get tedious, which is the one thing that I have to avoid, because obviously if maintaining allotment becomes a tedious chore, then, you know, I'm just going to not enjoy doing it and I won't do it anymore. But if you can keep it in such a way that it remains interesting and it gives you the chance to get outside and just potter around and, you know, just relax and take things easy and, you know, drink tea, then I'm going to be happy with that. And I think as long as I can stay with that sort of philosophy and that way of thinking, I should keep the allotment forevermore. Anyway, I'm waffling, so I'm going to sign off here. That's my last pot number 138, that is. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully things are going to start progressing as from probably tomorrow onwards, when the new soil arrives, and then I can start putting some little seeds in the dirt, and hopefully we should start getting things underway, and I'm looking forward to that. So until then, have fun, thanks for watching, and have a great rest of the day. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.